welcome to the Nick and Rob Homer Hour. Rob, how you feeling today?
I am feeling good. I don't have as picturesque of a background this week. I am back working at the house. But yeah, life's good.
Nice, nice. I am pretty excited. One of my friends in that fantasy football league is in the chat. I am going up to Dallas tomorrow to start this live fantasy football draft tradition we've been doing. I think 16 years. Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're on 16. So I'm really pumped up for that.
That's awesome. The leagues I'm in, everyone's scattered across the country, so those leagues never get a live draft, which is too bad.
Yeah, it's very unique, and every time I tell people about it, they go, "No way, live!" And yep, we do it. Yeah, 2011. Yeah, 15 years. Okay, that confirmed it. So 15 years for us. So
that
pretty cool.
Awesome.
Now it is week 2 of preseason, so we're gonna definitely go over our preseason football games. Rob, what are we gonna go over for the 77? What else is going on in Patriots news?
Oh, everything is clearly all quiet, nothing to report. No, that's a total lie. We've got Christian Gonzalez drama. We've got punter drama. We've got a trade that brought back nothing but highlights the issues with trades in the NFL. We got some front office drama in New England. I don't know. There's so much going on. So we'll try to sum it all up and hit the key points. But the most important thing is a healthy Christian Gonzalez has been back at practice the last 2 days.
That's a good sign. That is a really good sign. Can't wait to talk about it. And what is going on? The Patriots are the wild ones this offseason. And
they took it from the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, you can have it. We're good. We're I mean, we're gonna get it again though. Something's gonna come up, but
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, speaking of the quiet Cowboys, I'm gonna definitely get into the preseason game where we got a serious quarterback 2 situation on our hands. And a lot of Cowboy fans, including our friend of the pod, Tony, already wanting Milton to start over Dak. And he is not the only one, by the way. At work, it's an actual topic going around that should Milton start. I'm going to, definitely disagree with that.
That's the old adage of the most popular player on a football team is the backup quarterback.
He is definitely living up to that adage. But there is potential for him being the starter one day, and that's going to be the point that I'm going to take up because I really do like the way he plays, but right now I trust Dak and how nuanced the quarterback position is. It's really important that you have someone that actually knows the position better, and I think Dak would be the guy. But we'll get into that. And then I've got an interesting story happening for us, too. It's kind of exciting. Our offensive tackle, Shiyazh Pete, he's the third-string tackle, is a first Navajo Nation player to sign with the Cowboys, and he delivers an epic speech, and I just want to get a little reaction for that. But
awesome.
Yeah. And then we got some NFL news, Rob. Some 49ers are back at it again.
The once mighty and proud 49ers continue to just tabloid dumpster fire their owner. And then come on, an actual heading on the Sports Illustrated website this week is power station behind 49ers facility defends itself. Really? And Deshaun Watson's Deshaun Watson over in Cleveland.
Yes, and I cannot wait to get into the Cleveland situation. I'm sure if Deshaun Watson could have his own personal substation near him, the Browns fans would cheer that on. So
I don't know any Browns fans at all that want him even on the roster, never mind starting. Because at this point, it's his last year. They owe him what they owe him regardless.
I can't wait to get into it because his reaction over the press was he's definitely not looking at his inner self, I don't think, when he's upset about things.
Shocker.
So,
That's a shocker. Deshaun
it
Watson,
is.
self-aware.
Not so much at all. But Rob, should we kick it off with the 77 since you guys are making all the news?
Let's do it. Let's jump into the 77. Let's go, Pats, indeed. And I cannot wait for the actual NFL regular season to start. One, we get a rematch with the Seahawks. Rumor has it the Super Bowl championship will be on the line in that one. You know, they're putting it up on the line. So, no, they're not. They're not allowed to. They're just not allowed to do that.
Is it like Money in the Bank in wrestling where you guys are coming out of nowhere and you're cashing in to get
We're cashing in. We're cashing in. Yeah, I wish, but no. I thought about this the other day as I segue a little bit into something random because I made the joke with you last week about, hey, they beat the Cowboys beat the Seahawks. It means the Cowboys must be the Super Bowl champs. And one of these days when I have a few hours to kill, maybe more than a few hours, I want to go down a rabbit hole of from Super Bowl one on, not just Super Bowl one on, if the Super Bowl title, the championship was up for grabs every time a team played, and I'll keep it to regular season, how many Super Bowl titles would each team have? And who obviously, and like where would it actually end up? Obviously, with it resetting at each Super Bowl the next season till the next Super Bowl.
That is fascinating, and in the dawn of AI, I'm sure it could come up with that answer.
I wouldn't use AI for that. I don't know if you've noticed, we live in Central Texas. We haven't had rain in a month, so I'm not going to waste water on that. That'd be more entertaining for me to go down a rabbit hole on my own. But otherwise, the Pats they played a football game since we last talked. They beat the Eagles with a last minute win there, 24-21. But it's preseason, so it's not about the wins and losses. It's about coming out looking functional and healthy. And on the healthy front, third string quarterback Behren Morton showcased why he's good to keep around because he's more than just a quarterback. He had to take over punting duties after an injury on the second punt from incumbent punter Bryce Beringer. And Morton ended up with 3 punts. Vrabel said afterwards he didn't want to risk Gonzalez since he already had Beringer go down. So Morton had punted in high school, so he got the call. 3 punts, 44.3 yard average, 1 touchback, a long of 48. So not bad for preseason being thrown in. Now, clearly not good enough to be the punter. You got to be able to average over 50. But Vrabel did say in one of his pressers this week, someone asked, like, will Morton have the chance to win the job? Because Beringer's going to be out for a while. He's going to be probably starting the season on the injured list. And Morton, and then Vrabel did say about Morton, he goes, we'll see, maybe. But he said the average has to go up, some skill level has to go up. So New England has brought in veteran punter Matt Hack, Hack. He is, and clearly there's not a lot of talent on the punting streets at the moment. So he's been around over the years. He's on his 6th NFL stop in the 6 years he's been in the NFL. He hasn't regularly been on a roster in a few years, though. He was a starting punter in Buffalo in 21 and the Colts in 22, but he has not gotten regular punting reps since. He's only been in 12 games over the last 3 years, with the Browns, Giants, and Cardinals. So he's getting a lot of reps in the games he's played because he's played for the Browns, Giants, and Cardinals. So there's that. He averages 45 yards per punt during his career. So we'll see. That position might be a revolving door until Beringer is healthy, and that would be entertaining if Morton was a punter, as long as he didn't really screw up in a meaningful game.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
You always have the UFL you could dip into too. They've got plenty of kickers.
Yeah, New England seems to avoid UFL overall. I think they've brought in a few players here and there, but it just doesn't. Some NFL teams go for it, a lot don't. I don't get it. These guys are playing meaningful reps. It's better than some of the people you're dredging in on their 6th stop or 10th stop, But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Granted, UFL, not a lot of punting was happening this season. That is for sure.
Yeah, with the rules.
In the NFL, you need to be able to, once you cross the 50 but stall out, you need to be able to, if you don't have one of the few kickers that can kick it 70 yards, you need to be able to pin a team inside the 5. So UFL, just based on the rules, not a single UFL punter got the chance to practice that in-game action this past season.
Yeah. No, I will say the Lions don't have to worry about that because they're going to be going for it past the 50.
No.
Anyway.
And apparently not the Chiefs either. Apparently not the Chiefs either.
That too. They're
Although I really do not. I do not like the Chiefs kicker. I'm not a Bucker fan at all.
Like personally?
But yeah.
I haven't done a deep dive. Yeah. It seems
he
like
believes women belong in the kitchen and not working.
Oh, I think I've heard this speech. Yeah. I've heard this speech.
Yeah. It's not 1945 anymore, man.
Yeah.
But, that's that. Some other New England drama. Vrabel did he had a soundbite after the Eagles game where he said that he didn't think that they had a very deep team. So they have to make sure they're preparing their team as well as they can and keeping their best players available. I think that was he said that to Mike Reese from ESPN. I think that's just a general reaction to any coach when a couple people go down, right? He did. And of course, the way the media works these days, there were some sources that immediately were saying, "Oh, he's taking a shot at Elliott Wolf in the front office." Vrabel since has come out and said, "Guys, we're in sync. We are the front office. I am the front office along with everyone else. Stop the drama." So that was fun.
The writers are going to go at it though. That's what they do. So
yeah,
they need stories.
Yeah. It's all about the clicks, but I don't like it when stuff like that is manufactured.
Yeah.
He had his punter go down. He's got other players banged up. He's about to, everyone's cutting down this weekend to 53. So no team feels very deep right now. They just don't, because you never know who's going to get hurt. 53 is not a lot of players, especially like a lot of these rookies that's really going to throw them because they're used to looking around in college and seeing 100 other guys in the locker room. That's not the case. So there's a reason why the waiver wire constantly churns in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. There was a funny comment I just wanted to post real quick from Infinite Nuance that he's going to show Bucker by drafting him in the 17th round, Rob. So punishment. He still gets points, so you can't not draft him.
I mean, if he's the best kicker available when you're going for your kicker, if you've missed out on, some of the top guys, he's not a bad option, especially if Mahomes is going to be healthy, or if Mahomes isn't going to be healthy, like Mahomes is supposed to be ready for week 1, but if he's banged up, they're going to kick a lot more field goals than normal. So extra points versus field goals, Bucker's going to get you points.
I rotate my kickers anyway. That's my philosophy. Don't really care too much on kickers.
In our Dynasty League, I have had the same kicker for 3 or 4 years now.
I mean, if it works, it works. Yeah.
Dicker the kicker. He's one of the best in the NFL. So
why not?
Yeah. And it's every year where I'm like, oh, do I keep my kicker? It's like, am I going to draft someone better than him? No, I'll hang on to him. Yeah.
No.
That's why I hung on to the Seahawks defense. Am I going to draft a better defense preseason than the Seahawks defense? No.
I got to tell you, Rob, I bit the college bug. I usually don't do this in fantasy, but in our league, I got Emmett Johnson because he's from Nebraska, and I was like, hey, he's number 2. You never know. He might end up doing something. So,
nice.
Hopefully it works out, but we'll see.
We're less than 2 weeks away from the UT home opener. Football is so close to being back.
Yeah, week 0 starts this week, so cannot wait.
Yeah, with a boring game. Granted, if I'm in the house, I'm sure I'll have it on. But
why not? Yeah, why not?
Exactly. A little bit more drama. Christian Gonzalez, he who said he doesn't want to negotiate in the media. He's back at practice. When asked if it was solely injury related while he was out, to stir it up, he said he wasn't going to comment on why he was out. But he's back at practice and he looks healthy and great. So something tells me it was an injury more than the contract. But if you and I watched his little presser. I watched the questions back and forth. His body language, he's not happy. But what I don't get, I'd love to know. And New England's not going to air anything else out because they're just going to piss Gonzalez off. But if they are offering to make him the highest paid guy at his position, and he's and that's not good enough, dude, the market's going to reset every few years. Go ahead and go from there. But also, if you don't take every last dollar possible, other players can get paid around you and things can last longer. But also, they've got a ton of room. Take those top dollars. So there must be some weird hang up in the language. There must be some weird offset language or injury guarantees or something like that. Honestly, with how well he's paid, give him a 4 or 5 year deal, make it 85% plus guaranteed, and just go with it. What's the worst that can happen? He's no Deshaun Watson, so he'll be fine.
Yeah,
as far as we know.
I don't understand what's going on with that, but something's going on, like you said, between the agents and the owners. But if Christian Gonzalez is unhappy with the offer, you got to remember this is classic media fighting. I know he didn't want that, but this is how it works. They're the team's gonna say one thing, and then the agent's gonna say, that's BS, and then it keeps going back and forth. Something is not digging right, but if I'm Christian Gonzalez, even if I'm unhappy playing for the Patriots, because he's got a year left, am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to. He's at training camp. Yeah,
and he was a first round. Yeah, he's a first round pick, so he's going into his 5th year. So they're trying to.
I would say gamble on yourself. If you really don't want to be in the Patriots, still play for the Patriots this 1 year and hit yourself in the free agency if that's really the problem. But I don't know. I find it hard to believe. Maybe he just feels, upset. It's just weird that this isn't solved yet with your guys' salary cap situation. You've got free space.
They have so much
rookie quarterback.
So much money.
Rookie contract. You got to go for it, right? But I don't know, Rob.
Yeah, especially when you've already been in the Super Bowl once. You don't want to go Joe Burrow and the Bengals on this.
Yeah.
They made one. But the reason why they can't make any others is because they refuse to protect Joe Burrow. But, that's something else. But the other news, the last bit of news I will hit on now. I'm curious about your thoughts on this as well. Patriots have traded Kayshon Boutte. He had an amazing year as essentially he really was the second best option, and he was even more than Stephon Diggs. He was the deep threat for Drake May last year. Because Stephon Diggs was getting all the attention, and Diggs still had a masterful year. But yeah, Boutte he did request a trade once he saw he didn't get a raise, and then he saw them sign Romeo Dubes, before they even officially acquired AJ Brown, he had requested that trade. But he was still doing his thing. He was fine. And he's balled out in preseason, and he has been traded. The trade is interesting because the Patriots just made one of their biggest rivals to get back to the Super Bowl better with this trade. Okay. Kayshon Boutte is off to friend of the pod, Patrick and Stefan's Houston Texans, where he should slot right in as their number 2 option after some injuries. He's going to have a chance to put up huge numbers. So he should be happy there. He really should be. But what came back is interesting. And yes, the Pats drafted Boutte as a 6th rounder a couple of years ago. But the return was not great. A 2020, not even next year, a 2028 7th round pick.
Okay.
And Jaylen Reed. And who is Jaylen Reed, you ask? He is a defensive player that was drafted late by Houston a couple years ago. He missed all of last year with a pretty big injury. And he has not played much in the couple of years he's been in the league because of injuries. And from everything I have read, he was a strong cut candidate. So the Patriots, unless Jaylen Reed is healthy and somehow balls out, the Patriots essentially gave Boutte away for nothing.
Is he
to a rival? Boutte? Oh, Jaylen Reed. Who knows? He's always hurt, so he's not in the locker room.
I'm referring to Boutte. Like maybe.
Oh, Boutte wasn't. Boutte had no locker room issues, but I think, and this is where you talk about the issues with how trades work in the NFL based on how contracts work. Because in Major League Baseball, in the NBA, in the NHL, like all these other leagues, the contracts are guaranteed, right? And then if a player wants to be traded in the MLB, if a player wants to be traded especially in the NBA, the way things are, the players have all the power, a little bit too much, but good for them. It's the owners are all billionaires. They should get what they should get what they can. Yeah. So, it is what it is. But because of that, the problem is in the NFL, when a player makes it known they want to be traded, whereas in the other leagues, a bidding war will happen. It doesn't need to happen in the NFL because all these contracts aren't really all that guaranteed. So they know, well, if this player doesn't want to be here, he's just going to be grumpy, and eventually they're just going to cut him. So something tells me that this offer from the Texans may have been the best offer that they got for an impact wide receiver who has outperformed his draft status.
Wide receiver too, right?
He should be. He'll definitely be a starter in Houston as far as the 3 wide receiver set goes, possibly in the 2 wide receiver set. And I mean, he was a 6th round draft pick just a couple of years ago, so he's outplayed his draft status, which is awesome. But you'd think, wow, they couldn't have gotten a 5th rounder. But in the NFL, 4th and 5th rounders they're either depth pieces or still potentially starters. So probably no one wanted to give it up. And you see this with that's why there's never these monster trades. The Micah Parsons trade is as close to a blockbuster really as you're going to get. The Max Crosby trade, that didn't happen. Because ultimately, when a team doesn't want a player or a player doesn't want to be there with the team, everyone in the league knows we don't need to offer anything. He's just going to get cut. So then everyone's putting in their minimum offers and just trying to just barely outkick someone else. Where if contracts were guaranteed, which they should be, with the amount of money the NFL makes, these contracts should be guaranteed. It'd be different. The players would have more leverage. The players would have more power. And the NFL would be like, well, we can't cut him and save a bunch. So we might as well trade him. And you'd see more trades. I think the NFL trade deadline would be a lot more entertaining with guaranteed contracts. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I am a big fan of guaranteed contracts simply because I understand them a lot better. It doesn't make any sense. They'll announce a $100 million deal. Well, what's the first thing you do when you see those contracts, Rob? Those record deals for $500 million or whatever it may be. The first thing I look at is, okay, what's the guaranteed money? Like,
What's the
real
guarantee?
deal?
Yeah, what's the actual deal?
But it gives the players this feeling of, hey, I'm getting paid a lot, but but then in the end, it's just going to be that guaranteed money. But the agents know it now, and they're fighting for it a lot better. But it's just a waste of time. Can we just a contract's a contract? Can we just leave it at that? Maybe have clauses like in baseball, when you have like a major injury that takes them out for for their career. Baseball will chip in and say, "Hey, look, you only have to pay
There's
half."
injury. Yeah.
Like to your not whatever, it's not a salary cap, but you know what I mean. To your salary, you're only required to pay half, or something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
in a very injured sport, I can get where that could be an issue, but outside of that, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, and that's only if that's only if that kind of clause gets put in a contract for an MLB player. The top players that are getting these huge deals, those clauses aren't going in, because if that clause doesn't go in, the player will go sign with the team that will put the clause in. But they can get creative, like Boston. Garrett Crochet had a thing in his deal where if he was on the injured list this year for more than 100, I think it was more than 120 days, which he has been, instead of him getting an opt-out in next season, player opt-out, it then turned into a team option in like 2 years. So that protected the Red Sox to be able to hang on to a top-of-the-line starter for longer, because essentially it was like putting a freeze on his contract to keep him in Boston because he's been hurt. So
yeah, I'm okay with that kind of stuff. Baseball is obviously the best when it comes to taking care of the players.
For now,
they got a bubble.
For now,
though the bubble's about to burst because the money is not coming in like it used to with all these TV deals.
Yes, it is. The local deals are struggling, but the MLB is still raking in the money.
Well, the like, for instance, the Texas Rangers, that $500 million that they spent in that one free agency was all because of the TV deal they had with Sinclair. Then Sinclair goes bankrupt. We're running out of money. Now we're running they're not spending. They're not under contract anymore. Rangers have taken over their own TV rights, and they're realizing how TV works is you don't buy the team because they make you money. You buy the team because you stay on the channel and they get to show their TV shows and sell that advertising based off the ratings of those TV shows for a much, better rate. They're finding that out the hard way because they're not a TV organization. They're not a broadcast company. They're a baseball team that owns it, and they're not getting the amount of money that they should be, that they think they should be in advertising. And they're on a website now.
Yeah. The fact that more teams didn't figure out the Yankees have Yes Network, and they thrive. The Red Sox, along with the Red Sox and the Bruins, have NESN, thrives. Like, why they're not looking at those models, the amount of people that fell for all the Fox Sports money.
If you're not the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Dodgers.
But most of those owners are, or could be if they wanted to be, they're all billionaires. They're pinching pennies.
Yeah. Well, So that's my big concern on baseball, and I think the owners are starting to really. It's going to be a big battle. We might not have baseball for.
I don't think we're getting baseball. I don't think we're getting baseball next year. And the thing is, the power is all. I truly believe the power is all with the players, because when these owners see their income streams drive up, not all the owners are like John Henry and have ownership stakes in multiple teams in multiple leagues. So
it's the most powerful union. It's the most powerful union of all the sports. The players' union in baseball, it's top notch.
And they should hold the line.
Yeah, they'll come up with something, I'm sure. But I think we're going to miss baseball for a year. I just have a feeling. But this is a big one.
But don't worry, because your Rangers are in first place.
half a game. I don't know what they're doing right now. What are they?
This could be, thanks to the AL West, this could be sorry guys, we're getting back to football in a second. This could potentially be the first time in Major League Baseball history that in a non-strike season, an under 500 team qualifies for the playoffs.
It very well could happen. Yeah, the Astros don't want it. The Rangers don't want it. Seattle doesn't want it. No one wants this thing. And
Athletics and Mariners are too far back at this point. They'd have to practically win out. It's a 2-team race.
No, they're 3 games back, and we're losing now. So, not the Athletics,
No,
but the Mariners. The Mariners.
Yeah, but the Mariners haven't shown anything all season until Cal Raleigh last night. Anyways,
yeah.
Football. So yeah, a lot of drama in New England. It makes it entertaining. This would have been a great Hard Knocks year, but instead we got to wait till next year for the New England Patriots and Hard Knocks. But we're counting down the days. The Pats play the Browns to close out the preseason. We'll talk more about the Browns in a little bit. But up next, we got Cowboy Call.
Grab a beer and make it tall. We're talking Dallas football. Win or lose, win or fall, Nick reacts to it all. No more waiting, no more stall. It's time for Cowboy Call.
It works out for us because me and Rob like country anyway, right, Rob?
Yeah. Especially the AI country.
Yes, of course. Hey, written though, I wrote that.
You did.
Those are my lyrics.
You did.
So,
yeah, you just needed. Yeah, you wrote it. You just needed the AI for the video part. But you should be up for a Grammy.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it. I don't know why they haven't given it to me.
They missed out last year with what's going on with the Colts. They got to make it up to you with Cowboy Call.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig it up, find it. So whenever one of us plays the Colts, I think you guys do. I'll kick it up just again, just because it's so fun.
Have to.
But yeah, the Cowboys, Rob, remain undefeated in the preseason after stomping the vaunted, the deadly Arizona Cardinals backups, 34-13, and. The last time that the Dallas Cowboys won all their preseason games, Rob, because I'm just trying to find a trend, was in 1985. So if we win next week, this would be the first time since 1985 we win them all. Okay, there was, I think in 2006 we had a tie, but complete win, complete victory in all of them. And
what was their record in 85?
Their record was 10-6, and they got to the division round. And then they got shut out by the LA Rams. So I can't find a trend, Rob. I'm trying to find some sort of trend.
Well,
but
because when I think about for a while, the Ravens constantly they never won any games in the preseason, but then they do really good. But also the thing I think about winning all your preseason games, the year the Lions went 0-16. They dominated, and not only did they win every preseason game, but they dominated all of them. And then promptly went 0-16, highlighted by Dan Orlovsky giving himself his own safety as he didn't know where the end zone ended.
Well, I think we're
so don't do that, Dallas.
Yeah, I think we're more talented than the 0-16 Lions. And even if Dak goes down, I still think we're going to win some games because, Rob, we got a QB2 battle that might have been settled against Joe Milton and Sam Howell. And Joe Milton is taking a huge lead. He had an excellent game, another great game where he threw for 9 for 13, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And compare that to Powell, who had another good game, 7 for 10 for 65 yards, 1 touchdown, but an interception, Rob. Sam Howell is probably taking the back seat to Milton, and if he keeps going that way. And Shoddy himself.
Howell's a better quarterback, though.
Who?
I think Howell's a better quarterback, though.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Shoddy had a really good quote that I'm seeing too, but like I like the way he worded it. He goes, after the game, the quote is, this game is about being able to control the RPMs of the football and throw it in different speeds and touches. He's done that at a very high level. So he was a wild Mustang, as we all know, and we're taming him down to just be a nice horse that is going to be a contender.
Who's your quarterback coach? Do you know off the top of your head?
I do not know that.
I know Shoddy has a lot to do with the quarterbacks.
It could just be Dak. I mean, who knows? Maybe
it is Steve Shimko.
Well, he's going to get a job if he turns Milton into something special. I will say that. He's going to get a job. He's going to be the new quarterback guru. And he did look good. He looked really comfortable doing the 3-step back. He showed great patience. He had great arm angles. I liked what Milton did. And if he stays disciplined with the football and continues this level of progression, with that, his athleticism and arm strength, we all knew he had that. He could be a starting quarterback soon and possibly one later on down the road for the Cowboys. Now, unlike Tony, friend of the chat, by the way, welcome, Tony. I saw that.
What up,
you're
Tony?
in the chat. I don't think he should be the starting quarterback yet. Okay, Dak's just so much more seasoned and understands the sport at such a level. He's seen it all. He's much more experienced, and he almost has that same arm strength. It's close, but he also has the touch, can throw any pass in the NFL, and is quite talented at that. Personally, though, there's a lot of rumors going on that we should actually trade Milton, get him, like he's on the upswing. Why not? Just try to trade him away, and I would say do not do that. That is
what a 5th rounder at best. Not everyone is Jerry Jones when it comes to giving up draft picks for backup quarterbacks.
I mean, this has been Jerry's strategy from the get-go while he had Dak is instead of using first-round draft picks or anything like that to go get quarterbacks, he's just been gambling, and he's trying to find a diamond in the rough. I wouldn't trade him. You might have found the diamond in the rough. If you can keep working at his game, Milton could be something special, but obviously you got to give it to Dak in the beginning, as much as Tony disagrees.
Yeah, I don't think so. The Cowboys sent the Patriots a 5th-round draft pick. I don't think they can get more than that for Milton right now.
Probably not. And you guys sold him high too, because he had that one.
Yeah, backup. I was shocked when we got a 5th-rounder for him. That was great.
We'll take it.
I said, thank you, Jerry.
I thank you, Patriots. I think this might be working out. At least we got ourselves a backup quarterback. And if you're telling me you're spending 5th-rounder on a backup, I'll take it. So maybe later on down the road, but right now, obviously I just wouldn't start him yet. Like no questions asked on my end. I did say on the previous show, Camden Brown might not be on the roster despite his performance. After that big 70-yard play he did in the preseason, I'm wrong. Get him a spot. He's competing against Valdez-Scantling Jr. and Jonathan Mingo for that 5th spot.
Jerry traded for Mingo, though. He overpaid for Mingo, though.
Well, the Mingo story is he got cut, and then he couldn't find a team, and then he just happens to be back this year. He wasn't even on the team last year. So,
yeah.
Jonathan Mingo, I don't even see why he's still on the roster. And then Valdez-Scantling, unless he's with Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't do well anywhere. We've seen enough of Jonathan Mingo and Scantling. Camden Brown is young. This is a no-brainer now. I was completely wrong.
Get the young, cheaper player.
Undrafted, we might have found another one. Now, I don't think he's ever going to take over Flanoy's job, who would be the 3rd string. He's definitely not taking Pickens or CeeDee Lamb anytime soon. But if we can groom possibly another Flanoy in our back pocket, this wide receiving room might be stacked. We might have got lucky with this one. He, last year, caught the most touchdowns in college football. The only reason why he wasn't drafted was because he did terrible at the combine. He ran a 4.56, which back in my day, that was considered fast, but I guess now in modern NFL, that's
slow.
It's slow. Yeah. And he couldn't get the angles right on the cone drill going back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm not a big combine guy. I never really liked it. How do you do on the field? How do you perform on the field? I mean,
right.
The honey badger did terrible at the combine, and I remember they didn't want him to. A lot of people didn't draft him in the first round like I thought he should have. Tyrann Mathieu, he's great. He had he has a heck of an NFL career because watch him at LSU. He's good, and I think we got the same.
And
thing
then you have
Camden Brown.
And then you have players that go all out, like Kyle Bowler back for the Ravens, that get overdrafted then do nothing. Like the tape is what matters. And hot take, Tony, that's your new name for me for now. That may be one of the worst Cowboys takes I have seen so far this year. Love you. Keep enjoying the show. Keep chatting. But the Cowboys have, if not the best offense in the NFL when they're healthy, a top 3 offense. The defense does not need to carry the Cowboys offense, even though you hate Dak.
Yeah.
Love you, Tony.
Tony, I mean, even if you hate Dak saying he can't get it over the hump in the playoffs, at least the regular season doesn't lie. The guy performs. Can we at least agree on that? Can I give you that olive branch? That he's going to do well, especially with Pickens and CD. Tony, he's good. I don't know if it's going to be us 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, but one of those records is going to hopefully convince you because I think they're going to be off to a good year. Hopefully.
Now, yeah.
Now,
Cowboys Patriots Super Bowl this year. It's a lock. We already told you that.
Yeah, we called it. You heard it here first. Could you imagine if we're right? That'd be fun.
Oh, dude, that'd be so awesome.
We'd hit everyone with the "I told you so." So the defense did perform really well, but again, I didn't see too much schematically in the preseason. Christian Parker's keeping it close to the vest, and I don't blame him, especially against the Cardinals. There's no reason to do that. But the one thing that I do like so far about the preseason, I don't care about the W's at all. I am not a preseason guy. I definitely like the culture in the locker room. And that was not there last year because we had Micah Parsons sitting on the bench. Then we traded him away. Defeat was just in the air last year. This team, Shoddy's culture, second year, I think is starting to kick in. The team seems to be having a lot of fun.
You have a good coach.
We have a very good coach, good culture guy, and I think he's doing a pretty good job at getting them together. And speaking of culture, Rob, have you heard of Shiyazh Pete?
No.
This is a big one in Cowboys circle, okay? And I'll definitely tell you why by playing his little speech. But Shiyazh Pete is the third-string offensive tackle for the Cowboys, who is nearly 100% Navajo. By the way, pretty rare in America.
That's cool.
Not too many people like that left. He is the first Navajo player to get an NFL contract in the history of the league. No Navajo players ever done it. And in Arizona, 66% of the Navajo Nation live in Arizona. Okay, so them playing at Arizona had a huge Navajo influence during the game, and they gave him a huge standing ovation after the game, just chanting his name and cheering him on, saying, "Hey, awesome, way to go, Pete, you're the man." And he tipped his hat to the crowd. And, Shoddy never saw anything like that before, especially for a preseason game. So he decided to have Shiyazh
Is this
Pete
someone
break the room.
Is he going to make the roster?
Highly doubtful.
Practice squad, hopefully.
We will definitely get him on the practice squad. I don't think anyone's going to bring him back, but he might have won a roster spot just for this speech here alone.
Very fortunate to be amongst you and to play in the same field where the same star hold it on our chest. And I'm I'm proud of us. I'm proud of how far we've come. Man, this game, fate brought us here as strangers, but this game, this star, this team will make us brothers.
Froster loves him.
Did you hear that? That's a baller. That's a baller.
He's a glue guy. You need glue guys.
Just a great kid, too. I mean, I've seen a couple of interviews. He's definitely getting popular on social media because of that. And I've got to tell you, I'm really happy for him. I hope he makes the team. We're pretty stacked in the offensive line position. Mm-hmm. But so I looked at his draft profile. He's 6'9". Okay, 300 pounds. Yeah, this guy, you don't want to mess with him.
Someone like that, you don't want to let him go. Develop him.
Yeah, and we could possibly develop him if he's on the practice squad. His big issue right now is got tiny legs. He's all big up here, not big down there. So he's got balancing issues when he does the block. He seems to be able to get pushed back pretty easy because he's
just
highly
get
top
the
heavy.
rock. Jerry spend some money, bring the rock in, have him talk to him about leg day and not skipping leg day, give him some leg day workouts.
I mean, he's got a lot of weight to work with. At 310 pounds, you should be able to get that, use your own body to get those leg muscles up. Cool player, cool story. Love it. I hope he makes it. I definitely hope he makes it, but that's all I can say.
That was a great, like, I got to go back and look up the moment of him actually in the game because I wasn't watching that live. So I got to look that up, and that speech was awesome.
Yeah, and he had a good game, too. He really did have a good game. He was blocking really well. You know, it's preseason. It's against the Cardinals, but
hey,
no.
He was making sure Tony's favorite quarterback in the NFL stayed healthy. He's
got to, and if he might have to answer the call. But really cool, and I definitely love the way he mentioned the stars. So he's like already like fitting in with just being a Cowboy, and I think that's really cool that he's doing that. Outside of that, Rob, we're tame over here in Cowboy land. There is not much going on. We got what you should be talking about. Yeah, we've got backup quarterback talk. That's normal preseason stuff, and a nice heart-lifting story about a player trying to make the team.
Yeah,
this is weird.
That's what you want. That's what you want. But hey, you know what? That's a good week. Regular season's coming soon, but we've got some more. Unless you have anything else for Cowboy Call, I kind of want to. When we go into Homer headlines, I'd love to start with Cleveland and then go to San Francisco because I think we're going to spend a lot of time in San Francisco.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to the teams that are not having a good time in Homer headlines.
Yeah, it's time to talk NFL news. But actually, Nick, if you could pull up Tony's last comment there. Yes, rest in peace, Dolly Parton, true legend. She passed away at 80 years old. And she is someone, whether you liked her music or not, everyone knew her. I don't know anyone that didn't love her. She is that rare person who has a lot of money, has a lot of influence, and truly believed in using it to lift up everyone around her and to better her community. And we don't have enough of that left in the world and certainly in our country these days. So she is a legend that will certainly be missed in many ways. And hopefully as the eulogies come in over the next few days, hopefully, obviously amazing Hall of Fame music career, but hopefully just as much as talked about her philanthropic career and what she's done for her communities.
Yeah. We're going to miss you, Dolly Parton, but thank you for all the entertainment you've provided us. And of course, just being an overall good person. If you're an American, you love Dolly Parton. That's just a rule. So
it should be.
So we're going to start it off, Rob. We got Deshaun Watson, just when you think that guy's gone, there's no way. Shedeur Sanders is outplaying him in the preseason. The Cleveland Browns announced that Deshaun Watson is going to be the starting quarterback going into week 1 for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Can
and
Browns be any more Brownsy?
They really can't. And this comes after he played a horrible preseason game, and then trashed the fans for booing him and saying, it's not about my play. It's about me personally. Well, dude, that is a problem too. Okay, that's a problem too. But here are some quick headlines. How Browns can justify starting Deshaun Watson over Shedeur Sanders. Browns fans react angrily to Deshaun Watson starting at quarterback. It's a slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns' historically bad Deshaun Watson contract is about to get even worse. And they just keep going on.
And I'll tell you one thing about you, Deshaun Watson, and I heard this on the Dumb Zone, and I love it, and it's pretty perfect too because the show's called the Dumb Zone. Sports fans, we're not too bright when it comes to this, especially if you're like a homer. If you're good, you're going to get cheered for, okay? The fact of the matter is they would have probably ignored all your little scandals behind that if you went out, balled out, took the team to the AFC Championship like, the Bake Show did a couple years ago.
He took him to the division. He took him to the division round, but he won a playoff game. Something Deshaun Watson.
Gotcha. That's right. My apologies. But yes, yeah. If you would have done the same thing, like the Bake Show, where you won a playoff game and just got this team out of the doldrums, you would have been celebrated, especially in Cleveland. So you saying that it's not about the play, it's just about being hated. That's not true. Seriously. Ask the Philadelphia Eagles. They were cheering for Michael Vick after dogfighting, which I think was much more of a crime than what you were doing. Like, all right, just a not YouTube-friendly talk on what exactly he did. And the Philadelphia Eagle fans were just cheering him on when he was starting to win with them and made his little comeback career. You would have gotten the same thing, Deshaun Watson, the same exact thing, and you're like, it's not about my performance. No, it's pretty much 80% about your performance. The 20% is also bad on the personal side. It just makes it worse. But if you're a good player, the Browns fans, they just want to win. They're tired of losing. I couldn't believe what he said about that. And the Dumb Zone wrapped it up. Dan McDowell on the Dumb Zone was the one that broke that down, and it was just real well said over there. So if you ever give that podcast a listen, it's good. But yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, what is maybe you don't remember or you're newer to the NFL, Deshaun Watson, while playing for the Houston Texans, was one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. He looked like a surefire future Hall of Famer after his first few years. And, the dude, I think he's only 30 years old right now. He still has technically a lot of life to his NFL career, potentially. But then, as it came out that he was in negotiations with the Houston Texans on a contract extension, and it didn't look like it was going to work out, and maybe the Texans might end up trading him. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, he's 30. It came out that this dude liked, and I'm just going to summarize it when I can get into the details.
No. Take your time.
This dude liked to get different massage therapists from around the country. He'd find them on Instagram, and they were all relatively new, this or that, and he'd reach out to them, he'd DM them, then set up and fly them out to wherever he was at. And he essentially has been accused of sexually assaulting, I think it was 21 or 22 different women, either sexually assaulting or sexually propositioning unwantedly. And this all came out. And of course, Tony Busby is a famous headline-grabbing lawyer, and he became the lawyer for all these women. Ultimately, it was settled out of court, but it was bad enough that the NFL rightly suspended him for a year. He was fully suspended. I think it ended up being a little bit more than a year, but essentially a year. And you say, well, everything got settled out of court. He didn't go to jail. That's all well and good. But when 20 plus women who do not know each other at all individually come forward and accuse someone of something, you're probably in trouble and you're probably guilty. Okay. So personally, I don't believe he belongs in the NFL at all. So then, by some miracle, the Houston Texans find the Cleveland Browns, who are desperate for a quarterback. By the way, they had one in Baker Mayfield, who is a winning quarterback, who they ran out of town for not playing like Tom Brady while he was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They ran him out of town, blamed him for everything. Unbelievably ridiculous. The best quarterback the Browns have had since 1999, and the best quarterback in Browns history since probably Bernie Kosar. Back in the Bill Belichick was the head coach days. So, come on, guys.
Right.
They ran him out of time. And then, while no one else is angling to acquire Deshaun Watson, the Cleveland Browns not only overpay trade-wise, I forget exactly what it was, but anything more than we'll take him for free was an overpayment. They were then bidding only against themselves, and they gave him a fully guaranteed contract for $250 million over 5 years, fully guaranteed, for a guy that might be going to prison. And even better, his agent worked it out with the Cleveland Browns that first year when he was suspended. His base salary was only $1 million. So he essentially still got all of the money.
Yeah.
So any goodwill the Browns had during the Baker days that they started to piss away when they got rid of Baker, they just set on fire by acquiring Deshaun Watson. And shocker, Nick, do you know that karma is sometimes real?
I think it's real, but I also think, talk about a career that you were just going one way and it just got destroyed. Deshaun Watson was a stud back then. And
before this all came out, I was hoping the Pats were going to trade for him. Thank God they didn't. So he's finally in the last year of his contract. I think he's only started. He has a record of 9-10. So this is his 5th year on the roster, and he's started 19 games. That's what they've gotten for $250 million. And for the Browns fans that are cut him, and other people saying cut him, he's owed what he's owed through this season, and then he's owed nothing else. He's off the books. So whether you cut him or play him, you owe him the same amount anyways. And the worst thing Deshaun Watson could do, the cherry on top of all of this, is you start Deshaun Watson, and he is just good enough that he leads the Browns to somewhere between 7 and 9 wins and tanks their chances at a Dante Moore or an Arch Manning or a high-quality quarterback in the first round next year. They should be starting Shedeur Sanders and either finding out what Shedeur's got and if he can be the man. And if he's not, that's fine. There's 5, maybe 6 quarterbacks that might go in the first 12 picks next year. And something tells me Cleveland's going to Cleveland, and they're going to get none of them.
That would be stunning if they end up doing that. You're right. You got a little timetable with Shedeur Sanders. You have to get it figured out right now. But now you put yourself in a weird position that if Deshaun Watson's not going 7-10, I just don't think.
And
so.
No one's. It'd be funny if he did, though. It'd be funny if he did.
It would be funny, but man, dude, how did the guy forget the position? I get he went, the scandals and all that, but you seriously are before he got injured that one year, he was ranked the worst starting quarterback in the NFL on PFF. And if you watch his gameplay, he had wide open wide receivers. He was weird in the pocket. It was not the Deshaun Watson we knew at Clemson or the Texans. So is it karma? Did he not care after he got paid? I don't know. And to take it out on the fans, I get it. The fans really shouldn't be booing, while you're Achilles is
Oh.
destroyed. I get it.
If I was in
But-
Cleveland, I'd boo the crap out of him.
I don't know.
I don't like him. I don't like him.
Yeah. It's not about like or don't like. I never wish upon my worst enemies injuries and stuff. I just
Oh
don't like
yeah. Oh, I don't want him to get injured, but I can boo him. I'm not gonna celebrate if he gets hurt again. I would never do that. But
Yeah.
I will happily boo a player I do not like.
Yeah, and booing him like if he's just starting, yes, I boo him. But like when he got the Achilles injury, I was like, no, they were cheering, they were celebrating.
Yeah.
That's
No need
right.
to
It's
don't be those Eagles fans that cheered Santa Claus getting hurt or booed
don't
Santa,
make
whatever
anyone-
it was.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not do that. But Cleveland, I get it. They're very frustrated. The fan base has got to be losing their mind. I love the way you broke down that Baker Mayfield exchange when that happened, because if you're a Browns fan, everything they do is just wrong. This organization is the most bizarre organization. I think Jerry votes to keep that owner in just so he could point and go,
Jimmy Haslam.
I'm not that bad. See, I could be Jimmy Haslam, and the Cowboy fans go, at least he's not Jimmy Haslam. Tony probably disagrees.
Yeah, Tony does rightfully want Arch Manning. I think Arch Manning is going to have a fantastic season this year. I'm a UT homer, but I think Manning's going to be a Heisman finalist. So sadly, though, Tony, y'all aren't going to be good enough to get him. Sorry, you're going to be too good to get him. Yeah, it's not happening. Arch is destined to the Giants or the Browns or the Jets. Jets.
Yeah, it could get worse. It could definitely get worse. But at least the 49ers owner has everything together, right, Rob?
Yeah, no, he does not. You want to take this story, Nick?
I don't have the details. Do you have them?
Okay. Yeah, I got him up. All right, so
And by the
49ers
way,
owner.
Rob. Oh, I'm sorry. The fans loved your storytelling. By the way, you got Emery.
What's up, Tigray?
Said you did. It was an awesome breakdown of the Browns situation.
Nick, that was Tigray from our league.
Well, still compliments to the chef. That was really well done.
I try. We are nothing if not entertaining, are we not, Nick? That's why we get paid the big bucks every Tuesday night.
Waiting on it. If
One
you
day.
own a company, Tigray, please pay. Sponsor us.
So San Francisco 49ers owner Jed York has pleaded no contest to a pair of misdemeanor charges Monday after being arrested in Ohio on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. He was in Columbia County Court. And Jed York is a billionaire. What's up, Stein? Jed York is a billionaire, and he paid, I know he wasn't paying California rates, a whopping $140 for whatever he agreed to with this fake prostitute. And he was arrested upon arriving at the meeting location with the same cell phone used to arrange the meeting. Dude, you're a billionaire. Do you not have an assistant? What are you doing? All right. So that being said, I do believe he is, where is it? He did recently file from divorce from his wife. So he's personally going through it a little bit. Maybe if his wife's got a good lawyer, and I'm sure she does, she's probably trying to take him for all his dollars. But the dude owns the San Francisco 49ers. He can't use that to pick someone up at a bar?
Or some people just love the game, Rob. I guess.
Yep.
I don't.
Yeah. And York's been with the Niners for a while. He's been the majority owner since 24, but he's been the team's chief executive officer since 2008. So under York, they've found success again when they had Jim Harbaugh. And then again, and since then with Kyle Shanahan, they have made the Super Bowl 3 times. Always a bridesmaid, though, in the Super Bowl under Jed York. So, yeah. He should probably, if he hasn't already, give my man a call, Mr. Kraft, and see how to figure out how to win the publicity battle on this one. Kraft famously, Orchids of Asia was the name of the spa he was at. And there's apparently videos somewhere. Granted, that man, he wasn't going through a divorce. His wife had recently passed. But again, dude, come on. You're Robert Kraft. Did you need to do that? You probably didn't. Probably not. I think he is since remarried. Good for him. So hopefully he's not visiting those places anymore. Yes, Stein, of course, I was not going to ignore the Robert Kraft of it all. I was not. And remember, those of you all that are watching right now, whether it's on X, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on YouTube, if you've been entertained so far, please hit that like button. It helps us a lot. So that's that in San Francisco. But Nick, what else is happening in San Francisco right now?
The substation conspiracy is on. It keeps going. And now Big Substation is fighting back and making an argument against the fact that the injuries are now getting blamed on them. I'm not too familiar with the actual company itself. I'd have to pull it up here, Substation for the 49ers, but one thing, I don't know.
Does your company not supply them with with materials?
We do not have a branch out in San Francisco, so do not blame Elliott Electric Supply. We are nothing to do with us, 49er fans. Nothing to do with us. It's the Tasman Electric Substation is the one that everyone's freaking out about. And do you have the article pulled up? By chance, I
don't have the full. I don't have the full article pulled up because I don't want to give Cy my email, and they want my email. But essentially, the substation is saying we are not giving out all these EMFs that are taking down the 49ers. So essentially, the substation people are saying, don't blame us. Blame the grass. Blame the turf. They don't have grass; they have turf. So blame the turf. Blame the medical staff. Don't blame us. But it's more fun to blame them, whether or not it's real. It's just far more entertaining. The curse of the substation continues.
Yeah. Now, there's going to be this is just going to keep on going on and on and on. As the fact of the matter is, I don't think it's a substation. I like to make jokes about it too, for sure. But if you know anything about Kyle Shanahan and the way they run their offense and defense, dude, they play hard. And I think they're just paying for it because they can never finish up to the regular season. These injury woes, granted, probably have, they've always had these issues probably since they've been on that practice field. So maybe, I guess you can make the argument there, but I think it's more of just them. Do you think it's a turf?
Oh, the turf doesn't help things. And when George Kittle is saying keep the grass, you should listen to George Kittle. Honestly, the whole NFL, shame on the NFL. You've shown it's doable. Your league makes more money than any league in the world. And to help eke out a little extra profit, you refuse to put grass in your stadiums. Just grow up. Keep your players safe.
And again, you want some conspiracy heads. It's also that rubber that can possibly cause the big C word that no one talks about. Just no one talks about it.
Well,
and you're like,
because where does that rubber mostly come from, Nick? It mostly comes from used car tires.
Yeah, petroleum in the skin I don't think is good for you. So, or rubber or whatever.
I've played sports on some of those fields before, and you learn real quick. I used to be in a flag football league with some friends that had a indoor league like that. And we did have some ACL injuries. I'll just throw that out there. Maybe it was more that we were older and out of shape, but but I learned real quick after my first game, you wear sweatpants. you don't wear shorts because when you're diving for the football, you don't want to be picking all that rubber out of your knees later on. It's not fun.
Yeah, not fun. Or you could do what at least do what the Rangers do, where they put coconut shells and kind of like a sand substance in there. If you really want to be cheap and still use turf, at least use a safer turf. But It is what it is, Rob. The NFL is going to be NFLing. I would prefer grass before the curtains, but then after that, I would want the curtains there in AT&T Stadium. Are we allowed to call it that again? Is it back? World Cup
Yeah,
over?
I believe it is. We're allowed to go back to sponsorship, which, it was also so funny that, with how FIFA works, and rightfully so, they want to minimize that sponsorship, so they had to call the stadium for all the towns. And then towards the end of the World Cup, it breaks that the head of FIFA is trying to essentially sell the World Cup to the Kushners.
Of course.
Shocker, that didn't work out at all.
Yeah, very strange. The whole situation with my favorite was we were arguing that we want to call AT&T Stadium. Cowboy fans were. I'm like, guys, it's just a sponsorship. I have no loyalty to AT&T. Zero.
They missed the boat by not. I know they had to call it. They call it like Dallas Arlington Stadium or whatever, but they missed the boat by not just calling it Welcome to Jerry World. That's what everyone calls it, anyways. Call it Jerry World
or the Death Star. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Yeah,
just play it up.
That's what's going on. I did want to, unless you had anything more with San Francisco, I want to hit a couple things in the chat before we wrap up.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go more towards the chat. Which one do you want to go to first?
I'm scrolling through. Thank you, AI people on Twitch, for helping get our views up, but at least have functional comments. We don't do anime, and AI viewers streamboo.com. I don't know what that means. If I just gave a plug for something, don't be dumb enough to go there. Come on, guys. Be better. Twitch bots, be better. Let's see. Yep, 49 owner an idiot for sure. Tigre, thanks for being in the chat. A lot of people want Arch next year. He's got to prove it. I think he will. And I did say I think Dak's got to win it all this year, or I don't think this year he'll probably stretch to one more year, but he'll be on the hot seat.
Yeah,
and Drake May. Yeah, go ahead, Nick. What's your thoughts on that?
The only defense I have for that is, yes, there is a window. There is a Dak window. I think we have approached it, and it's basically going to be how quick we can retool his defense. I think you got 2 years. 2 years to get this thing up and running, including this year. So I'm actually not such a Dak purist that say he's going to play 10 years from now, going from that. But the quarterback position, you can play a little longer. It's not so much Dak. I don't know if we can keep the team good because it's going to have to be a start over, I think, after 2 years, probably on the offensive side, knowing how the salary cap works, that we're going to have to start messing with that. So we'll see.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And then, Tony, you asked me about how long for Drake May to take you to the Super Bowl. Well, he already took us to one. So as far as winning one, let's get one before the end. Let's get one before the end of his rookie deal. Or at least let's stay competitive, but he's got a very long leash for me right now because he is the heir to Tom Brady that we've needed. He's a breath of fresh air. He's wonderful. He plays fantastically. Everyone loves him. Everyone loves his wife. His wife actually was doing Make-A-Wish things this week. She had, usually hear that the players are doing that. She did a Make-A-Wish thing because she's famous on Instagram for she has a lot of like recipes and baking and stuff. And she did a baking thing with a girl that had terminal cancer. So come on, it's a nice pivot from the Giselle and Brady days. Granted, when May gets his first super contract, we'll see what happens with those two. If all of a sudden fashion and all this stuff matter a lot, but love them right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If it doesn't work out, don't do what your previous coach Bill Belichick, although Drake May, I don't think got a chance, right? But anyway, either way, don't do what Bill Belichick did. Don't go to cheerleading competitions at the age of 80.
Hey, Bill's living his best life. Don't hate on Bill.
Man, I don't know.
He's not kidnapped or anything.
I think he's kidnapped, Rob. I think he's kidnapped. I don't. Whatever. You do, you, Bill.
Yeah. All right, Nick. Any other thoughts?
Well, yeah. I agree with Mark. I agree. And I'll tell you one thing. Going to that stadium this year or last year, it's been the first time in a long time. I am not I don't know if it was the fans. Maybe it's because our team is awful. But, man, the atmosphere there was just terrible for the Cowboys stadium. So I'm glad. I don't know. Hopefully a good team will change that. But it has not been a good venture. And then, of course, hopefully Drake doesn't become a circus like Billy Boy, Tommy Boy, and Drake the singer.
Well, you see, Mark Stein, if Drake has that circus but gets us another 6 rings, I'm cool with it.
I'm okay with circuses. I actually like circuses. Rob knows that. I'm a fan of it. But you just got to win on top of it.
If the Cowboys and Patriots played today with all their starters, 24-21 New England. But maybe it might be a 38-35. I don't know.
And last comment that we'll go to, we got Tony. I'm trying to figure it out. He says, Cowboys, Patriots score, Nick, Rob. Just the Patriots score. I'm confused, Tony.
He wants to know if they played each other head to head right now in, say, the Super Bowl, what would your score be?
Right now, if they played Week 1, I would say Patriots should win probably 21-17 or something like that. We got a lot of work to do on our defense. It's a whole new scheme. It's going to take some time, but later on down the road, I don't know. Might be a serious defense. They are, Mark. They are, but they're the worst circus of all time. I hate being a Cowboys fan. It is tough. And it's really tough because everyone hates us. So, it's a lot of the feeling. But you just got to embrace it. That's what I do, You play embrace the villain, Mark. Play the villain. Just play it. It's fun. But you go from there. All right, so Rob, that should be it for the chat. Where do they subscribe, take care of it, find us?
Yes. Thank you all for joining us. As always, this is the Nick and Rob Homer Hour. If you can see us every Tuesday at 6:30 Central, so that's 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, for our live hour plus-ish show. Where we talk all things Patriots, Cowboys, and the fun things going around the NFL and the world in general. If you just search Nick and Rob Homer Hour, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. You can find us on Blue Sky. Tony will never wear that hat. And you can also find us on Twitch and Instagram. Please go ahead and give us a follow on any and all of those, and we definitely appreciate. We're building towards getting over 3,000 subscribers. We have a goal of getting over 5K by the end of the NFL season. Help us along that goal. Hit that subscribe button. Share us with a friend. We like having a good time.
Yeah, we definitely do. And we will see you guys next time. And in a couple weeks, Rob, 2 more weeks, we're going to be picking some games. And I cannot wait.
Can't wait.
All right. See you guys next time.